Hello and welcome back to Mac at the Movies. This week I'm bringing you another weekly movie review with the film The Bone Collector. It's been a while since I have seen this movie. I still remember the twist ending, so there's not going to be any surprise there. But the last time I saw bits and pieces of this was at my buddy's bachelor party weekend, and it was our hotel, whatever channel it was on, had this movie playing, and it took me a minute to figure out what it was because it was in one of those awkward middle scenes where you just think it's some sort of detective movie, but then you saw some key characters and you were like, oh, okay. But I didn't finish it, didn't start at the beginning. It was somewhere in the middle part, and I fell asleep because it was like 3 a.m. or something like that. But again, been years since I've seen this. This was the copy I picked up. I remember when this had just come out. I remember I was at Kroger and I saw this and the Schwarzenegger movie, End of Days. And I was just, I couldn't make up my mind. I tried to pull the old, can I get both? And my mom said, no. You can get one and be glad you're getting that. And so I sat there, looked long and hard, and went with this one. Because frankly, this one looks like the better choice, and, you know, over time, the better choice all around. While I did at the time thoroughly enjoy the soundtrack for End of Days more, it had a metal-heavy soundtrack. This film is just all around better film. So I'm glad I went with this one. And if I upset any End of Days fans out there, we all have our opinions. So let's get into this. I hope everyone out there is doing well. I had to give the kitty cats their flea treatments today. They weren't happy about that. But you know, rather a wet neck for a day than being itchy for a month, or whatever that equates to. So cheers. Got my root beer. A lot of the carbonation went in first and couldn't swallow. Anywho, this thing's gonna start, so I'll get after these previews, watch the movie, and then catch y'all back for the rewind. Bye. Alright, and I am back. So, The Bone Collector, how was it? It was a little different than I remember. I remember most of it, the good portion of it. The very end is what I didn't remember, and I'm going to do my best not to spoil that, but try and discuss that nonetheless. So, I'll probably do that part after the rewind, just as a little touch to what I didn't like about the movie. But let's hit that rewind and get into this. So, The Bone Collector, based off of a book, is what I gathered from the special features at the end of this movie. Is about a police officer that finds a corpse, and you find out that there's a serial killer, and she is helping find clues to assist Denzel Washington in finding out who the serial killer is. It's one clue after another that you realize is all based around one central story that they discuss in this movie, and that they find out is a real story in the world of this movie. Not a true story, but a story nonetheless. But it is a fantastic thriller. You get a lot of, interesting deaths in this movie that just make you cringe how horrific they would be in real life. Absolutely fun detective flick, serial killer thriller. I definitely suggest everyone checking this one out. Again, this was one I remember holding this and End of Days in my hand because they came out at the same time. and I couldn't figure out which one I wanted. I knew I liked the End of Days soundtrack more, but I was never a big fan of action films. So between that and my mom saying no, I went with this. So between the two, this is the victor. But all in all, the rewind stopped here. But I was not a fan of the direction some of the characters went in this movie, and the end of the story, if you will. You know, you get a happy ending. You're almost guaranteed a happy ending with most Hollywood films. I do believe, anyway. At least as happy as they can make it with keeping the story in the direction that it's going. But you get a happy ending. But the outcome just, I don't know. Not a big fan of the outcome. I mean, I like how the movie unfolded. You get the nice twist. It's a very, in my opinion, very Dean Koontz-esque twist. Some of the Dean Koontz books that I've read, that they seem to have, if there is a twist, a similar twist in that sense. And this reminded me of a very Dean Koontz-like twist ending. But I liked it nonetheless. I will rewatch it at some point in time. Probably my DVD, which I have somewhere on the shelf up there. But definitely enjoyed this film. And if you've seen it, jot down in the comments below what you thought about it. Did you like the ending, or do you think it could have, the storyline could have gone in a different direction? You start to see through the movie it kind of tilt toward that direction, and you're like, really? Like, I don't see it. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, a good movie. Jot down in the comments below what you thought about this movie. If you loved it or if you hated it, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Let you know when I have exciting new videos coming your way. I'm glad I went through and rewatched this from beginning to end. And you got the special features, and evidently this is based on a book of the same title. Which I'll have to look into, because it looked kind of interesting. So if it is a book, I wouldn't mind checking it out and being more involved with the story. But yeah. Anyway. Oh yeah, Michael Rooker is in this. And as he's really good at doing, he plays the biggest asshole. Oh man. It's like Mallrats, but like, you gave him a badge. Oh man. He's really good at being this just jerk. This guy that you hate. But at the same time, like, I've met him in real life, and he's like super pleasant. It's interesting how somebody so nice can play such a jerk so well. But yeah, I met him briefly. I was standing in an adjacent line at a convention, and he was in the booth next to us, and while I was right next to his table, waiting in the line, he said hello and chatted to me for a second. But yeah, great movie. So anywho, I hope everyone out there is doing well. As always, be good to one another. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you next time. Bye.